Happy Friday, you guys, and happy birthday, Shannon. I hope you have a fantastic day today. We're gonna kick it off the right way with this nice chipper for you guys today. Before we get to the chipper, let's talk about what's to come. We have plank lean for 2 to down dog, just to wake up your lats for 3 to 5 reps. Floor facing angel hold for 3 seconds to arm extension for 3 reps, and then you'll do that 3 to 5 times. You'll then move into an arch hold for 10 to 20 seconds, and then a tempo squat for 5 reps at 303. Any type of squat. We got sumo, regular, narrow. Mix and match, do what you want to do. Just wake up that lower half and get ready for action. 2 to 3 rounds there, rock it, and we'll move down to the bottom piece, which is a little bit more jumping focused. We have our lateral ski jump for 20 seconds with a 10-second rest. Right into some ankle pops for 10 seconds, 10-second rest. Then you're gonna go right into some jump squats for 5 to 10 reps, into some broad jump practice for 5 to 10 reps as well. You'll hit that 2 to 3 rounds, then we'll go through a little practice round of the movements that you're gonna do in the work set, and then take on this lovely chipper. The chipper consists of 40 dumbbell pullovers. Oh yeah, it's gonna get a little spicy in those lats. We've got 40 dumbbell pullovers, we've got 80 box jumps, and we have 120 squats. One time through, finished, done. Good times. It's gonna be a good day today. So let's get you warmed up, ready for action, and we'll have some fun. Let's get you guys warmed up. All right, let's get those feet together. Underneath those hips, we'll take the arms big and tall up overhead. We're just gonna shrug. They're gonna come back down with those shoulders. We're gonna take it over to one side for a little reach. We'll come back through to the other side for a little reach. We'll come back up. We're gonna shrug those shoulders again. They're gonna come back down with the arms and lower to the floor. We're gonna touch those toes. We're gonna walk up the shins. We'll come down, frame a foot. We'll step it into that lizard. Inside hand's gonna reach way up high. We're gonna rotate forearm to the floor. We're gonna come back up. We're gonna bend the arm at a 90-degree, reach straight ahead, pull the arm back, reach up, and then rotate one more time, and come back up, and plant that hand on the floor. Outside hand's gonna reach up, come back down, and then step back into our down dog just for a brief moment. Come back into our plank. Step the other foot up. Nice and square in the hip. Inside hand's gonna scoop. We'll rotate forearm to the floor. We'll come back up. We'll bend the 90, reach straight ahead. Pull back, reach up, and one more rotation. Come back up. Plant the hand. Outside hand's gonna reach way up. Plant that hand. Step her back into our down dog. One last time. And we'll come back into our plank, pulling those ribs, hips together, press into those shoulders. We're gonna tiptoe those feet up. And we're gonna roll ourselves up. Big, tall stretch. A little reach, and a little reach. We'll come back down with those hands. And get you guys ready for action. So if you'd like to do a little bit more gentle, kind of warm up, some cat-cow curls, some scat push-ups, thread the needle, please be my guest, take that down. I'm gonna go into that next phase of work, get you guys ready with that upper body with the side of lower, but first things first. I'm gonna start off with that lovely plank lean to down dog. I'm gonna show you first head on, and then I'll turn to the side so you can see profile. So first things first, I'm gonna get set up into my plank. My ribs and hips are gonna come together. I'm gonna press through my shoulders. I'm gonna lean to my left, initiating through my upper body, lean to my right, come back to center, and then pull my hips back and up into that nice down dog. My lats are firing strong, my armpits pointing towards my toes, and then I'm gonna pull back into that plank. Reassessing and reactivating if I need to through the core and through the shoulders. So I'm gonna go again to that profile view. Feet are together, shoulders are over my hands. Pull my ribs and hips together, press up through the shoulders. I'm gonna lean to the left. I'm gonna lean to the right. Come back to center. I'm gonna pull back into my down dog. Armpits pointed towards the toes. Strong upper back engagement. And then I'll pull back into my plank. Getting ready and pulling those ribs and hips. Checking my shoulders. If I can manage to get that going into my plank from the down dog, I don't have to reassess. But if you do need that moment in that plank to get that shoulder and core engagement, please take it before you shift into the leans. After that, we can lower to the floor via a 3 to 5 second eccentric, or just get ourselves down to the ground. You're gonna work on a floor-facing angel hold to arm extension. So my hand is underneath my elbow, bottom of push-up position. I'm gonna pull my ribs and hips together. I'm gonna pull my shoulders off or back and take my hands off the floor. And then I'm gonna press back for 1, pull back in, press for 2, pull back in, and press for 3. Come back in and relax. So very important that we're focusing on maintaining that core engagement and then engagement through the shoulders, which pulls the hands off the floor. Once we get to that position, then we can take the time to focus on the extension. So hold that nice floor-facing angel position first for 3 seconds. Then, as you feel comfortable, extending, coming back to the best you can. If you can only do that in singles, totally fine with that. Don't worry about doing 3 arm extensions. Make sure we're focusing on our good core engagement, the shoulder engagement, and then just getting into that extension. If you have it, you can play around with multiple extensions, but focus more on the body position than the reps there. Make them clean, keep them clean. After the floor-facing angel hold to extension, we're staying on the floor, and we're gonna move into our arch hold. So my arms extend nice and long to the front. My eyes will be to the floor, toes together. I'm gonna inhale long to the front and back. So I'm stretching out as far as I can. I'm gonna hold for 10 to 20 seconds. If I'm not comfortable doing both hands and feet, I can work on a half hold. So 10 seconds with my right hand, left foot. 10 seconds with my left hand, right foot. Really focusing again on lengthening out the body, making sure that that's my focus, not lifting high, but the length is what brings the lift into the body. After the arch hold, we move up to our feet, and we're gonna move into our squat. So we have a tempo of 3 seconds down, 3 seconds stand. We can play with a regular stance, a sumo stance, and a narrow stance. Whichever squat position you need to work on or would like to work on to warm yourself up, I want you to explore that. Or explore all 3, right? See how it feels, do what you need to do to get yourself prepped. All 3 squat styles involve the same mechanics except for the stance. So I'm gonna do my regular squat stance, standing tall profile. I'm gonna pull my hips towards my heels, keeping that chest up high, and my weight through the midfoot. So I'm gonna sit down, keeping those knees tracking the toes, my weight through the midfoot, my chest as high as I can keep it, and then I'm gonna stand, bringing my shoulders and hips together. So again, tempo, 3, 2, 1, standing, 1, 2, and 3. With that standing tempo, you're really gonna have a chance to focus on that leg and that leg drive to standing. So your legs might feel a little different. Really focus on that midfoot contact and that pressure down in order to stand up. As a quick recap, we have a plank lean for 2 to down dog for 3 to 5 reps, floor facing angel hold for 3 seconds to extension for 3 reps, or whatever rep scheme you can maintain good core position for 3 reps in total. Arch hold 10 to 20 seconds, single or double. Tempo squat for 5 reps, 3:03 tempo. You can do a sumo, narrow, and or you can do a regular stance squat, whatever you need to work on today. 2 to 3 rounds, pause the video, come back to me. We're gonna work on some jumping and getting that body ready for a little bit of dynamic work today. So we're gonna start off with our lateral ski jump, something we've been working on quite a bit, and something we would like to build on, especially kind of working on controlling the momentum. So I'm gonna load the one leg. I'm gonna use my arms as a little bit of momentum as well. So I'm gonna swing and extend, swing and extend, swing and extend, swing and extend. And I'm pausing briefly for control to stop the lateral energy so I can return and go the other way. If you're like, Dave, I'm not a jumper, it just doesn't work for my knees or my ankles. That's okay, you can still work the skills, but with a step. So I step foot goes down, I bring my foot in. Step, foot in. So I'm still working that lateral control and energy, but I'm not leaving the ground. I'm just making a big step to get that control, make sure my foot lands properly, and to be completely honest, it can be as big as this. It doesn't have to be a big step. It can be swing, swing over, right? So it doesn't have to be big. We just want to have a movement that's lateral and side to side. Our ankle pop comes up next after a 10-second rest. You're going to work on just that position of the body for skipping. So we're going to squeeze our glutes a bit, pull our core and ribs in a little bit. We're going to keep those hands kind of to the side like we have a skipping rope, but our arm is going to be relaxed. So I'm going to get a little hop going. So I get my little pop, letting my feet do what they do, and allowing that ankle and foot to rebound, working on the skill of the rebound and absorption, and just that nice smooth hop. If you'd like to practice double unders, and you're getting better with that maintaining position, you can work on that little power jump and timing. So as soon as I leave the ground, I'm going to make a little action, a little tense up with my hands to simulate that double spin. So I hop, pop, pop. So as soon as you pop, those hands and wrists go. That'll help bridge the timing of the double under from the single under. If you're like, Dave, I'm not a jumper, that's okay. You can work on a little bit of calf raising. So we work on that lower, that controlled lower, the balance between the big toe and the pinky toe, and working on the control so we're not falling forward or falling backwards. It gives us a chance to work on our center of gravity as we press up onto our toes and control the descent. You can also do that loaded as well. We're looking at 10 seconds of reps, either ankle pops, power jumps, calf raises, and then a rest of 10 seconds. Once we're done that, the calves might be a little fired up. We're going to move into some jump squats. We're going to work on that hip extension, the knee extension, and that control in the descent, and that deceleration to the bottom of the squat. So we have 3 variations of jump squats that you can play with. One of which is the true jump squat. So I squat down well, I pop up. So I'm not getting a lot of air, but I am leaving the ground with full hip and knee extension. My other variation is I'm just going to pop up a little bit, but not leave the ground. So I control my squat down, I drive up and down, and I'm working on pulling myself down into the bottom of the squat. Or I can work on standing and squatting, standing and squatting. So I can work on slightly faster acceleration to control that deceleration as well. So lots of options there. We're looking at 5 to 10 to work on that skill of hip and knee extension and that deceleration practice. The heart of a good jump squat and or squat is that good eccentric lower and that good control, so we're balanced and posture is solid. After that, we have a chance to do some broad jumps. In the workout, we are doing box jumps, but broad jumps will be an option for you. And or if you are doing box jumps or steps, you can substitute you can substitute the box jump and or the step up after doing a couple rounds of broad jumps. So please keep that in mind. Substitute that in place of the broad jump for a movement similar to your workout. So the broad jump we've done before in the past. We can work on that quick hip extension and knee extension as well, going horizontally instead of going vertically. So I'm going to work on that quick hip and drive, and my soft, quiet landing. If you're like, Dave, I'm not a jumper though, that's okay. You can work on a little bit of a control and a little hop. It doesn't have to be far. You can work on the act of the hip extension and that good drive through the legs, and only leave that little bit of distance and space so you're landing soft and quiet. So there's lots of skills you can play with in that broad jump. It doesn't have to be very big. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It can be as simple as even throwing the hips and coming up tall. Throwing the hips, coming up tall, if you don't want to leave the ground, because that's going to teach your body the same action to get that power generation. It's also going to get you a little out of breath if you do a couple in a row, just like myself right here. Quick recap, we have our lateral ski jump for 20 seconds, rest 10. Ankle pop for 10 seconds, rest 10. Jump squat for 5 to 10, broad jump for 5 to 10, remembering if you'd like to substitute the box jump and or step up in that place for a broad jump, please do so. 2 to 3 rounds, and then you're gonna go through a little practice round of the movements in our workout. So our workout today is gonna start off with 40 dumbbell pullovers. So I'm gonna grab my dumbbell. I am going to lay on my back like I'm gonna do a bridge. I'm gonna hold the dumbbell by the bell at the top, and I'm gonna set up and press my low back into the floor. My elbows are soft and pointing slightly out, and I'm going to press against the dumbbell as I lower it to keep it in control. I'm gonna press it up, and then I'm gonna come back down. Nice and smooth, and then press it up, back overhead. So the down is a little slower than the up, and that's okay. This is not a fast portion of the workout, but it is gonna fire up your lats very well. If you have a little bit more range of motion, you can also hold on to the bells, keeping the elbows soft. The entire arm moves with the dumbbell, touch the floor, and then we press up. Then we lower down, touch the bell on the floor, press into that dumbbell. So you're gonna take those down in small chunks or big sets, depending on the kind of loading you have for that work set. Just keep in mind we wanna keep that key criteria down. Low back is tight, we're pressing against the dumbbell as we lower so that we keep ourselves safe and efficient. If those things start to go on the wayside, just break the dumbbell down, put it down, rest a little bit, break them up, and then continue on until you've completed 40 reps. Our next exercise is our box jump. So our box jump consists of a little bit of leave in the ground. So I'm going to grab my box for you guys so you guys can see the couple of jumps. So with the box jump, I am going to, if I'm comfortable, or whatever height I feel good with, I'm going to do very similar action as my broad jump, except I'm going to transition it vertically. So I'm going to throw my hips back with my knees out. I'm going to extend, keeping my knees out, landing on the box nice and soft. So I throw my hips, hop, stand tall, I'll step down, I'll get ready to go again, stand tall, step down, and continue on. If you have something stable to jump on in the space too, have some fun with it. It doesn't have to be high, it doesn't have to be low, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you're not comfortable jumping, but you do have something to step on, you can work on some step-ups, slightly loaded perhaps with the dumbbell you used in your pullover. And you can also work on some lateral step-overs. So working on that lateral movement, taking it side to side over the apparatus that you're using at home. Also, I'll have some other options like the broad jump and or some other stuff on your workout description. So if you'd like to look at those, pick and choose which ones you want, do so, take it down. Have some fun with this one because jumping can be a very fun and exhilarating experience. All right, our last exercise in the workout is our air squat. So it's just air squats today. So again, regular squat stance. We've done quite a few different squats today to get ourselves ready to go. I'm gonna stand profile so you guys can see again, but my feet just outside my hips, my shoulder width, depending on where you're at for that. I stand tall. My hips are gonna go to my heels. I'm gonna reach slightly forward for counterbalance and stay as tall as I can. I take it down, my knees go slightly out, and I stand. I'm trying to stay as balanced through the midfoot as I possibly can throughout the entire range of motion of my squat. So if I feel myself shifting forward or my knees collapsing, slow the speed down so you can control that descent a little bit and make sure we're standing all the way up during that squat. If you'd like to use a box or a target for your squat to make sure you're hitting proper depth or hitting depth for you, you are more than welcome to use that. Just make sure it's the proper height for your squat so that you're hitting the proper depth for you. Quick little recap, we have 40 dumbbell pullovers, 80 box jumps or a variation of box jump for you, and then our squat, our air squat for 120 reps. Break down those sets as much as you need to, shake it out, continue chipping away at them until you've completed that chunk of work, then move on to the next set. One time through this work set, then you're done. You're gonna finish with that 120th squat and you'll be like, yes! Big high five, call it a day, and enjoy. Happy birthday, Shannon. I hope you have a fantastic Friday and I hope you have a fantastic birthday. To everyone else out there, I hope you enjoy this workout. Enjoy your weekend. We got one more workout coming at you tomorrow for Saturday. If I don't see you then, have a fantastic and safe weekend. And yeah, work for quality, have fun, and happy birthday, Shannon. Enjoy, you guys.